What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back. Uh, this is my take on the third episode of ESPN's 30 for 30, The Last Dance. This one's like to me. This is my So Dennis, this episode was more Dennis Rodman centric, more to do with Dennis Rodman. Dennis, man, all I got to all I got to do is just laugh because the Dennis Rodman 30 for 30 was like one of my favorites. So this one is this episode is definitely top two. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide episode two or episode three. I like episode three. They got more in depth with Dennis Rodman. If you see me look it off, I'm looking at my notes. So Dennis Rodman did the dirty work. He did the work that Jordan and Pippen didn't want to do. You know, the scrappy shit, diving to get the balls and stuff like that on a night to night basis. Putting his body on the line. That's what Rodman did, and he did it well. And like Scotty said, as soon as Rodman came, he fit like a glove. And you just can't really can't really get that a lot of places. For a guy that's gonna come in and and do his job. So his style of play was real rough, you know, and the reason why is because he said he wanted to feel the pain, and I didn't really get that. I know guys that's kind of sensitive to pain, and some that are not sensitive to pain. They can absorb a lot of pain and work just fine. I think Dennis Rodman is one of those type people where he can um absorb a lot of pain and be fine and just do a lot of damage to him himself, probably physically and emotionally, could tolerate a lot of pain. And that's one hell of a person. A lot of people can't really do that. Um so man, we just touch more on Dennis Rodman, man. This is like so there was a point in the season where Scottie Pippen wasn't around, and Dennis Rodman had to be the second guy. He had to be um, Dennis Rodman, unlike Dennis Rodman. He was the second guy that needed to score more, and Dennis, like, he delivered. Dennis Rodman delivered, and it was perfect. Perfect. Uh, Jordan said Dennis, that style of being the second guy, it was killing Dennis. He had to, be on his best behavior. He couldn't slip some nights, because I mean, there's probably nights Dennis Rodman took off. I'm not gonna really say took off like he's not gonna give 100%, but just be like mentally, I could take off because I know Scotty and Jordan's gonna be here and they're gonna take care of everything. And and you can tell it like those guys were like they relied on each other. Like those guys relied on Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson relied on them. It was just like when you take one person out of the equation, you could tell it was like everything went crazy until they could figure it out, and you could tell like good leadership was going to figure it out. It's gonna take them a while, but good leadership is going to figure it out, and that's what Phil and Michael did. They understood each other. Like the funniest thing, like all right, so there was two funny things that happened. The funniest thing that happened is when um Scottie Pippen came back and he kind of became Michael's go-to guy again, and it kind of affected the whole situation affected Dennis to where, like I said, he had to be the second guy up. He had to be more responsible, and it kind of affected him. So he went to Phil Jackson one day, and he told Phil Jackson, "I need a vacation," and I think Phil Jackson got him. Phil Jackson understood Dennis the most. It's crazy because you had Chuck Daly from the Detroit Pistons. He got Dennis too, but I think Phil Phil understood Dennis the most because he had a little Dennis in him, and I'll talk about that later. He had a little Dennis in him. Um, so Phil went to Jordan. He didn't go to the owner. He didn't go to the general manager. He went to Jordan and told Jordan what the deal was, and Jordan took Jordan a while to catch up. And Jordan was like, "Oh, I get it. Well, how long do you need?" And it's 48 hours good. And you're like, "Yeah, I guess I guess he really wanted longer, but 48 hours is all they were going to give him." And he Jordan wasn't feeling it. Phil talked Jordan into it, man. And Dennis Rodman went to Vegas with Carmen Electra. Was it Carmen? I forgot that she was real popular in the 90s. She was like the MTV white girl. She was the popular white girl in the 90s, whatever. I remember her from the first movie, the first scary movie. Um, the white girl at the beginning, the intro, when she was in the house, she's like hello and all that. So he was dating her. So you probably know about Madonna. Like Robin was that guy, man. Robin was that guy. He wanted attention. He got attention. It was like Robin was Prince on the court, like the Prince of the NBA. Like like nails painted and everything, and he still was getting the ladies, and that was crazy. So the crazy thing that Phil and Jordan let him get away with that. So mid-season, drinking and probably drugging, and Jordan knew that man wouldn't be back, so he went and got him. Jordan went and got him. Jordan went and got him, man. Like, man, come on, man. You said 48 hours. It's fucking 60 hours. We need to go. We need you to win. So, the second funniest thing is, Ron Harper. So during there was this playoff series between the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Ron Harper wanted to stick Jordan on that shot. The shot, y'all know the shot, the one he had against Cleveland that they always talk about or whatever. That shot, Ron Harper wanted the defensive duties of sticking Michael Jordan, and his coach told him no. Jordan said that was a mistake in hindsight because Ron was the more athletic person. And Ron responded like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. That's bullshit." And it was funny because of the way Ron said it. It was just so funny. So, um, that Cleveland Chicago Bulls playoff series was I was young. I was probably just born, maybe a little baby, but I never understood the background. I never knew they had a background. I never knew Cleveland was an up and coming team in the East, just like the Chicago's Bulls were. I never knew that the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Chicago Bulls 6 times that regular season. I didn't know that everybody had Cleveland um written to be the winner of that series, and Jordan had to go out and prove people wrong. I didn't know that. I did not know that, and that was refreshing, man. That's why I love this. I love this because it's things you don't know, it's things you remember that's real vague, and this refreshes your memory, and it refreshes everybody's memory. Some people need to know. Some people need to know Jordan was that guy. You LeBron fans, y'all need to know Jordan was that guy, man. You just never really got to see Jordan. You just see Jordan jumping. You see Jordan jumping. You don't really see the stories behind that. You know what I'm saying? The mental aspect of the mental stuff that Jordan had to get over. It wasn't always physical with Jordan. Jordan had to be mentally ready to get over these obstacles. He had to build relationships with people. He had to groom relationships. He had to get rid of relationships. He is like basketball and winning in basketball, man. A lot of that shit happens off the court. A lot of winning in basketball happens off the court. That's what I'm taking away from this series so far. A lot of winning, these dynasties, that shit happens off the court. Dealing with people and and trying to get this shit to work in jail. And like, a wise man once told me, you know, we can't treat everybody equal, but we could treat everybody fair. And that shit, and it dawned on me like that's type of situation was with Rodman. We can't treat me Rodman like everybody else, but we gotta treat Rodman what's fair to Rodman. And we understood what we knew we was getting into when we signed this man. This man was like, cool, y'all want to play, y'all want to play with y'all, cool. Y'all now remember y'all came to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming to y'all asking to play for y'all. Y'all coming to me. So get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? And Phil understood that. And he was like, man, you got to remember, we signed him. We came to him. And he was like, all right, cool. If y'all want, that's what y'all want. Cool. That was Rodman's response. And he was like, do you want to play with the 3-time champion? All right, cool. I won 2. They won 3. I know we get together. We're going to make magic. But look, I'm going to be Dennis. And everybody got along, you know? So, Jordan came back on some. Nah, I think that Cleveland series, Jordan came back, hit the shot, they won the series. They finally got over the hump to where they can get to Detroit. So that Cleveland was the hump just to get to Detroit. They lost to Detroit 3 times in a row prior to beating them in 91. So Jordan had a lot of obstacles to get over, but he just didn't. You just don't know until you get over the obstacle, the first obstacle. Then you get over that. You get over the first obstacle, you're like, damn, they got 2 or 3 more obstacles I gotta get over. So he finally got over Detroit. Y'all know the story about that. Let me see what my notes say about that. I didn't really notice the background to this story. I've seen the background on the oh no, that was the Cleveland notes. Sorry, that was the Cleveland notes. I didn't know the background. Chicago and Pistons. Pistons play that fighting type basketball is no longer allowed in the NBA. They eventually that series lead to Jordan doing a whole lot of weight training. Him, Scottie Pippen, the Breakfast Club. That's just guys wake up in the morning getting it every night. Jordan built himself up, made himself muscular so he could survive the beating that the Detroit Pistons gave him. The Jordan rule. What I learned about the Jordan rule is I didn't know shit about the Jordan rule. I just thought the Jordan rule was just hitting Jordan, but it really wasn't that. It was actually a legit defensive scheme from what I'm learning. It was like, they was like, man, hold on, that Jordan rule was more to that. Detroit was like, man, it was more to that. We trapped Jordan. Jordan did this, we did that. Jordan went on this side of the court, we forced him here. And the only thing y'all see about the Jordan rule is us hitting him. That was just one small part of it. We said if Jordan left the ground, we hit him. But if he went to this side of the court and then go to that side of the court, we did certain things to help defeat that team. And I got respect for that because I never knew. I just thought the nigga was just beating fucking shit out of Jordan, but that wasn't really it. It was a legit scheme. Them touching Jordan was just a small part of that scheme. So shout out to the Detroit Pistons for that. It was legal back then, so it is what it is. You know, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Oh yeah, Jordan repeatedly being asked about retirement. I wanted to touch up on this because I remember this. I remember it was like every time Jordan was speaking, it was retirement, retirement, retirement. Jordan was tired of it, and I know I surely was. And I was just like a newcomer to the NBA, and I was like, dog, this is all they fucking care about? Is this dude retiring? But it was what it was, man. You know what it is, and that's the end. That's my take on episode 3 of ESPN's 30 for 30. So I'll see you guys later with the 4th episode take. You know, I'm out.